Let's say hypothetically I lost my entire wedding videography business. Here's exactly what I would do in 2025 to get clients, bookings, and minimal debt. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do to get my very first client, so stay tuned for that. So I know everybody's temptation is going to always be to go out and get some kind of big rig. You need a nice camera, you need it rigged out in order to look like a legit videographer, but that's just not the case. If I had no money, no business, and no clients, I would go as bare bones as possible. So rather than spending a bunch of money on kitting out a camera really nice, which is probably going to double or triple the cost of video equipment up front, personally what I would do is do whatever I can to get the money to buy a Sony FX3, whether that is using a credit card or selling some things or buying one used. If I'm going to shell out anywhere, it's going to be on the camera body and the lens. And personally, I've used Blackmagic cameras. I've used the Sony FX30. I have nothing against them. I have an FX30 in my kit, but I know from firsthand experience that having that 12,800 second base ISO on the FX3 is so helpful at weddings when they turn the lights down for people to dance, or if you're in a bridal suite or a groom suite where it's like super dark and there aren't a lot of windows. Having that extra base ISO goes a long way, and it's worth the extra money to get the FX3 over the 30 if that's all you're going to be running with. As for lens, I would probably buy something like the Sigma 24-70. It's a great lens and it's about half the price of the Sony 24-70, and the drop off isn't that bad. I used that lens for 2 years while I first got my business running, and a lot of weddings that are on my website or on my YouTube channel are all shot on the Sigma 24-70. I only recently got the Sony 24-70 in August of 2024 after I damaged my Sigma in Zimbabwe. For memory, I would buy just a 256 gigabyte V90 SD card. That's going to be enough to record 4K 60 at the higher settings on the camera with 422 10-bit color. It is going to be a little bit limiting on how long you can film, so if you can afford 2 of them, that's great. But again, if I was just trying to rebuild my business from scratch, I would be focused on having exactly what I need to shoot this next wedding. For audio, I would buy the DJI Mic 2 kit. It's very inexpensive and gives you basically everything you need to capture the ceremony audio, capture speeches audio. I'm actually recording on it right now. It's this little microphone unit, and it comes with 2 of them, a little carrying case and a wireless receiver as well. Super affordable and super beneficial. It's really the only audio equipment that I use at weddings nowadays. Lastly, I would download DaVinci Resolve from Blackmagic to edit my wedding video on. DaVinci is free until you really want to access some of the higher end features that you really don't even need to edit a wedding video. And even if you did want to have the full version, which I use personally, it's only a couple $100 and it's a one-time fee. They don't do a subscription for it. Another thing that I would do immediately is get some sort of website up. It's really easy in 2025 to go on Wix or Squarespace. I personally use Squarespace, and to get a website up and functional in probably like a day, where you can take bookings, you can sell things if you need to, you can tell people a little bit about yourself and showcase some of your footage. So now that my kit is all built out, I've got a bare bones Sony FX3 with a lens, audio, video editor, and storage inside the camera. The last thing I would need is a wedding client. And if I had no social media footprint, no previous work to show people or anything like that, here's exactly what I would do. First, I would reach out to local friends of mine who are dating, engaged, or already married and offer to shoot some content for them. I would say, hey, we're going to go to the park, dress up nice. I'm going to shoot a little couples portrait session for you. I'm going to do that for free. You can have all the videos. You can have my final videos of it. And in exchange, I'd like to use those videos to advertise my wedding business. Is that acceptable? 99% of the time, people are going to say yes, because they're getting a free little couples portrait shoot. Once I have that footage, I would package that into a couple different reels and start posting them on Instagram. I'd post stories about them. I'd post behind the scenes of it. If you've seen my Instagram page, you know I record behind the scenes all the time. So do everything you can to take that one little content shoot and stretch it as far as you can without being too repetitive. Once I have that content made and posted and shared, I would go around and just start searching for newly engaged couples on Instagram and direct message them. So I would look up the hashtag engaged and see which ones were really recent, like them, follow the person, and then send them a message. Hey, I saw you just got engaged. If you need a wedding videographer, I'd love to be considered for it. Some of my work is on my page. I would do that like 100 to 200 times until somebody said yes. Once you got that wedding, and you might have to do that wedding for free. You might have to do that wedding for only a couple $100 because again, you don't have the portfolio to show people. You don't have everything that you'd really need. This is a bare bones, I need to get my business off the ground and make a little bit of money plan. So really the idea to start getting clients is get a little bit of content on your page going. You can ask your friends who are dating, married, engaged, whatever, to do a little free shoot for them to generate some content. Reach out to people directly on Instagram. Tell them that you're a new videographer and you'd be willing to shoot their wedding for free or for a low fee. And then continually use the footage that you take at weddings, behind the scenes that you take at weddings, and other content shoots to promote your Instagram page, promote your TikTok page, your YouTube page, wherever you're advertising yourself. So that's really all you would need. You've got a camera, lens, audio, storage, video editor, website, and now you've got some clients on Instagram. All you do from there is scale, reach out to more people, maybe you start advertising. But that's exactly what I would do if I woke up tomorrow, I had nothing to my name and I had no business. I would buy that equipment, I would use that strategy to get my first client, and then use that footage as I go to exponentially increase my reach and my footprint on social media. If this video is helpful to you, I really appreciate you supporting it by hitting the like button or subscribing. It really doesn't cost you anything and it helps my profile grow immensely, so I appreciate it.